Hey everyone. So I think today the main topic here is how to connect with your gamers through social media. I think it's Nike.com. I'm going to go for a little bit of background on what we do and how the things we do on a daily basis of different content as a publisher and how the influence on a daily basis with different gaming, even from advertisers to gamers on our platform. So for those of you who don't know a little bit of Nike history, we're one of the largest global cross-platform publishers in the world. Basically, we connect people by spreading different types of entertainment on bite-sized content and humor. So I think if you actually follow our Instagram page or different page, you will see some of our content throughout the site. This is a short clip of what we do as a content base. Not much music in the back. Thanks. So I think that's just a short glimpse of samples of what kind of content we have from our user. Coming back, so what is 9gag in general? Obviously, we're one of the most followed entertainment brand on the network. These are just some of the numbers we have on our social media page. So you've probably seen us on your different social media feed from 9gag Instagram, Facebook pages, Twitter, or go to our site.com. Overall, obviously, we have over 170 million followers just on these pages. But for some of you who don't know, we actually have more pages that you might be following, but you might not recognize actually part of a 9gag ecosystem. Bark, Mal, obviously for the pet lovers, for the dogs, for the cats. Doodles for the artists. Voyage for travelers. And we have a lot more different pages in the group. But I think these are just some of the highlights that we have. And obviously, we work with a huge influencer network around the world. I think one thing that really differentiates 9gag from different platforms that you will see is actually we work with not just tier one, really popular influencer, where they have millions of followers, where they work with agents or by themselves. That's a given, because everybody, either your advertisers, your publisher, you can actually find them on these different pages. But what you will see in some examples I'll be showing you, we work with actually creators around the world that you might not know the skill set, their talent, which gives a really good combination when we put a different perspective with different products together, which you will see in a second. So overall, what do we have? So one thing we have is a lot of active users around the world, over 176 million. But I think that's not the main concern. I think the more important numbers to look at is how much interaction we have in this group. I think these days everybody have lots of followers on the pages. So I think some of the different keynote speech you actually seen, you can buy followers, you can different ways to recruit them. But just because they're following you doesn't mean they're actually interacting with your content. And working with our product, I think that's one thing that you really want from the advertiser point of view or partner, what type of interaction you get with your brand. Obviously not just video view, but I think the billions of interaction we get monthly is quite important. This is just a quick chart. We just pull up some numbers from last 3 months. Compare us from 9gag to TikTok, Bible, BuzzFeed, all these publishers that you're quite familiar with. I mean, you can see the likes, the comments, and how much interaction do we have with them on a weekly basis and where they're at right now. So I think obviously we can come up quite a bit on top of under engagement interaction title from Instagram, Facebook to Twitter. So what does that contact back with working with gamers for this event? So I think a lot of times that a lot of different game company they're asking us how can they put their product onto our platform to make it work. A lot of times they just come to us and does the gamers are they even on social media platform? If they are, what do they do? So I think it's obviously that everybody at the millennial age that when they're on different consoles playing games, they will spend their time on social media. But in what depth and what type of engagement they're looking at. When they're on social media, are they still looking for that Twitch video that how to get that level up, or are they looking for influencers that play the same game and then what they can learn from that. So I think these are just some high-level attitudes that we got from our user base. They actually like to find out a little bit more, share their knowledge, read on the community comments and what they find out. But in a second, you will see some of the content we put on our site, how we actually interact with them, and not just by forcing them to download a download link or forcing them to play something on their game. So this is just a quick example of what we do with some of the content we have. So Super Mario Bros. Is actually one of the best performing video game on our NiGet platform. So these are just a highlight of 6 organic videos that gives a really good traction. For example, one of this video I'm going to show in a second, which has more than 4 million views and reaching over 5 million people. But guess what? It's nothing about telling you to download the game or register a game and play now. I think a lot of times, a lot of partners working with us, they think that, oh, we have millions and millions of followers. Does it work? Do we just give you a link and then they can start downloading it and start cashing in? Well, it doesn't really work that way instantly. It'll be good that it does, but it actually takes some time to actually build up the IPs and build the story behind the brand before you can ask people to actually, hey, you know what? Take this link, click now, download it, and get some transaction going. So this is actually a video of, I think the Super Mario video sound. We can go on for minutes. But you get what I'm saying. So out of that video, obviously millions of views and the time spent behind it, obviously one thing it gives you, it gives a story in the background of the game. For Mario, we all know that music. It was from years ago. We all played with it. But for a lot of newer games, imagine there's a new game to introduce to the market. If we don't give this a little bit of background info, the story behind it, the character, what would people know if you just throw them a link to download? It doesn't just work because there are millions of users. And a lot of people just, they don't use NiGet or they use other publisher platform. They spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on Facebook and Instagram. What do they get? Well, they don't get the ROI they're looking for. They have tons of influencers playing it, but do they still know what the heck they're playing? And just because it could be a very popular influencer, they follow that video, they will watch 20 seconds, 30 seconds, a few minutes. But if they don't know about it, why would they even go search for that video to begin with? So I think ideas like that really brings out what we always want to say is get to the, before asking users to do any type of call to action, give them a little bit of story behind it first. Let them know what you're selling, or let them know what you have or your product on hand, and then get them to know about it more. The other one we have is a FIFA game post. It works quite well. This is a prank video from a user with, you can see you got 3.9 million views and engagement over 120,000.
I'm going to make him think that I've bought him this game. When I've actually bought him this one, what am I going to tell him that? Got your present.
Is that FIFA?
Do you want it?
I do want it.
Do you want it?
I do want it. Did you really get me FIFA? Didn't that?
I went to get it on the school run.
Babe.
Yeah.
This is FIFA 16.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's 2016, I just went and bought it.
Yeah, but look, what?
You wanted the new FIFA, so I just went and bought it to cheer you up, man.
I've already got FIFA 16 though. They come out every September. So FIFA 17 would have come out. So
How is it 2017 when the players won't be the same next year?
you're not going to retire in 1 year, are they? Now you're making me feel bad.
Do you don't like it then?
No, I do like it, but all my other mates are just going to be playing like, oh, FIFA 17, and they're like, oh, Roo, it's so good, yeah, look at all the tactics, oh, I love the updates. Oh, Roo, did you see that goal? Oh, have you seen the new skill you can do? No, I haven't, because I've got FIFA 16. I'm not being ungrateful, I'm not. I know it sounds like I am. I really appreciate that you bought it for me, but I've got 2 copies of this now. You don't know how bad I wanted FIFA 17.
There is one good thing, babe.
What's that?
At least Newcastle will still be in the Prem.
You're a fucking dick, man.
I'm going to take it back then.
Sorry, I don't mean to be ungrateful, but like, it's the wrong FIFA, man.
Actually, do you know what? You can take it back to the fucking shop. I'm not taking it back to the shop.
You got the receipt?
Oh no, it's in the car somewhere. You can take it back.
You're a fucking dick, mate. Thanks. Really appreciate that. I'm sorry I was so moody. I feel fucking terrible.
So, I mean, these are examples that I'm talking about. For that, you go engage with the video for the full 30 seconds, 45 seconds, where if you just put a trailer on it, 5 seconds, the user can just go right through it. So obviously the gamers are on social media. They engage with content, gaming or not, one way or the other. But how do you get it creative enough to get it funny enough that they actually want to find out a little bit more behind it? So right now, I think the game FIFA 2017 has been just went on for like at least 5, 7, 10 times right in your face. But you don't feel that kind of branding just shoved into your face and just kind of makes you swallow the whole branding product engagement. So another quick one that we do quite well, Ginobili game. I think it was just a quick IG story that we did. Tell us what did you do? Tell us why do you want to visit Chernobyl if you get to go there. So we have over 7 million engagement, and we came back with some really creative answers. So I want to see if there's something more ugly than myself. I have a bright personality. I want to see if it shines in the dark when I was there. Want to see if I glow in the night after I visit Chernobyl. So we had millions of responses after that, and obviously the winners get some free key to actually download the game to play. It's a quick IG game like that. It really brings up the user engagement. They find out a little bit more behind it. And then a quick cool video. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 when they launched. To drive awareness of the game, we actually got a makeup creator, Annie Thomas, to create a custom content on art body drawing. I think. So again, extremely creative asset that created over 7 million engagement for the content. And like I said, that 20, 30 seconds, if you just play any trailer, users not going to be that interact and stay for the full thing for the video. So this was actually quite successful on our side. Again, other than gaming, I mean, these are several examples that we do that we work with creators around the world. This is, for example, the one in the middle. Or this is actually a painting of the chocolate with the Aladdin movie. Again, over 100,000 views. A very interesting way to actually using chocolate to promote the Aladdin movie on one of the pages studios. So at this point, does it matter what type of influencer you got on hand? It's not really the followers, right? It's actually the skill set that people haven't seen. I mean, that's the most important thing that we can do from 9GAG is actually tying that special creator from around the world who probably doesn't speak English or they're somewhere in God knows where, but perform something that no one has ever seen and tie up with your brand. So the other one is actually using Colgate to draw a picture, and this is actually using a towel to make a music. Yeah, very, very interesting way to do a theme song. So obviously the call to action for that is actually go download the song and pay for the song. So imagine you do something like a theme song for your game when it launches, get people to actually interact with the brand a little bit. So I think it's overall, just again, going back to emphasize the idea of using different creative talent around the world and not just tier one influencer to actually get your brand to the gamer on social media. I feel that we're doing quite well in 9GAG for 2020. We started the Game Tester Hub. So what happens is we actually have a huge database of game testers that wants to work with different tie-in with actually game developers. So we have game developers that come to us, they want, let's say, folks from 18 to 22 years old that can do certain type of gaming, doing testing or feedback or survey. So we have a lot of game actually come out reaching to us. They want to actually reach this kind of database of users together. Another feature we have is actually Gaming Wednesday. We're actually featuring different type of content on every Wednesday. Could be gaming news, could be any news launch, could be characters, IP, just interacting with the user. And on top, obviously, we're participating in a lot of different gaming events this year. We actually get different influencers to work with us at these events. I think that's it. If any questions, feel free.
Any questions for Kevin? All there? No, not seeing any hands. Well, thank you so much for that.
Oh, that's one.
Okay. Oh, is there a question? Okay, we can squeeze that in. I'll allow it.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. Just to say, I'm a big fan. I spend like an hour on the website per day. Just what actually you offer us right now as a game developers? Support from your side, featuring our videos in the top sections like new trends, fresh or whatever. And what is the difference? Me contact directly the creator that has a lot of creative ideas already posts on your social media.
So sorry, the question is?
Well, the question is, what will stop me to work directly with the creators, the accounts that actually publish this? And what is the benefit of contacting you as a platform?
Right. I think the biggest difference is, I mean, there are thousands of creators out the market everybody can reach out to, either just DM them, email them, whatnot. But I think what we can provide is actually a different type of different creative ideas that we have in hand. So, if you just go look at the tab on the door, there are guys that's asking for 20, 30, 40K US just to do a creative video. Obviously, if you want to spend the money, they have millions of followers, it works that way perfect. But when you work with us, we can actually give you different talent that you probably don't see around the world. the examples I kept showing us the last 5 minutes, none of those are actually tier 1 influencer. They are not, they don't have a YouTube page, they don't have anything. Basically, they just have a small account with a few hundred followers. But the key thing is we can actually discover them because they're probably one of the user, or they follow us for a long time, or they come with us with their different talent. We have a pool of a few thousand creators that we have different ideas. So imagine you come to me and say, you know what, I want something really special that nobody has seen it before. Instead of using napkin music, I want it can be done with a water bottle. I don't know. And that water bottle, musician has to be doing it without, playing the theme song of my game. Can you find someone with that talent? I mean, this is what we can offer. Say, hey, you know what? I know someone that can do with water bottle or chairs or windows or whatnot, where there's a brand new ways of creating content, but you've never seen a talent online or on your regular agent that you have in your region or around the world. I think how we discover new talent or undiscovered talent in the world is really what set us apart.
Thanks.
Okay. If that's the only question we've got, then I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
It was incredible.